Welcome to the tutorial on parallel adder with accumulator. In computer circuits, it is frequently desirable to store one number in a register of a flip-flop called as an accumulator and add a second number to it, leaving the result stored in the accumulator. One way to build a parallel adder with an accumulator is to add a register to the adder, resulting in the circuit that has been shown here. So this is the circuit of an n-bit parallel adder with accumulator. Suppose if we consider x to be the inputs ranging from xn minus 1 up till x1 to be stored in the accumulator, and the number y to be equal to yn minus 1 up till y1, which is applied to the full adder inputs. Then after the carry has been propagated through the adders, the sum of x and y will appear at the adder outputs, and this sum of x and y will be represented as x plus y plus the carry to be equal to s. In this particular circuit, we have an add signal which is being provided, that is shown here, which is used to load the adder outputs into the accumulator flip-flops on the rising clock edge. If the value of Si is equal to 1, the next state of the flip-flop Xi will be equal to 1. If Si is equal to 0, then the next state of the flip-flop Xi will be equal to 0. Thus what I can say is that Xi plus, that is the next state of Xi, is dependent upon the next state Xi plus to be equal to the previous state sum. And if AD is equal to 1, the number x in the accumulator is replaced with the sum of x and y following the rising edge of the clock. One important observation that you need to make here is that the adder with an accumulator is an iterative structure which consists of a number of identical cells. So if you see here, we have the first full adder and we have the accumulator, which is nothing but our flip-flop. The same thing repeats here for the second sum, and you have a flip-flop. So each of this adder with an accumulator is an iterative structure which consists of the same identical cells. So each cell contains a full adder and an associated accumulator flip-flop. So the cell I, which has the inputs Ci and Yi and the outputs Ci plus 1 and Xi, is referred to as a typical cell. So this is the input, this is the input, this is the input, this is the sum, and this is the carry. So as you can recall, full adder has 3 inputs, x, y and c. The sum is represented as Si and carry is represented as Ci plus 1. If you look at the next block diagram, next we will move on to 3-bit parallel adder with accumulator. in 3-bit parallel adder with accumulator, you can see that there are 3 D flip-flops which correspond to the accumulator register. So you have the first flip-flop, the second flip-flop, and the third flip-flop which corresponds to the accumulator register. You have the add signal, the clock signal, and the clearance signal that has been provided for the flip-flops. Then you have the full adders. So since you have each single cell, that is this each single cell having a flip-flop and an adder, for a 3-bit parallel adder you will require 3 cells of D flip-flop and a full adder. So this is also an iterative connection which will consist of mainly 3 full adders and 3 flip-flops, because we are making use of 3-bit. Now, if we are to obtain the expressions for the first full adder, if you look here, you have C1 which is being given as equal to 0, Y1 is the input, X1 is the input, S1 is the sum, and C2 is the carry. So if I am to write the output of this particular full adder, the sum can be written as S1 to be equal to X1 XORed with Y1 XORed with C1. So this is the expression for the sum at the output of the first full adder. At the output of the second full adder, I have S2 to be equal to X2 XORed with Y2 XORed with C2. That is because C2 is the one which is the carry input to the second full adder. Now, in the case of the third cell, you have X3 which is being provided as an input, you have Y3, then you have this carry C3 which is provided as an input, sum is represented as S3, and the carry output will be represented as C4. So the expression for S3 will be equal to X3 XORed with Y3 XORed with C3, and this particular C4 will be the carry output of the complete parallel adder with accumulator circuit. Now in general, like what we have understood from the previous case, we know that Xi plus, that is the Xi of the next state, will be equal to the sum. So I can write the general expression as Xi plus to be equal to Si, which is equal to Xi XORed with Yi XORed with Ci. So this will be the general expression for the next state input Xi plus, and this equation will be very much important when we will be studying the implementation using the FPGAs and CPLDs. So you need to remember how we have obtained this equation Xi plus. Xi plus is nothing but the output of the flip-flop, that is Q. So this Q is obtained because of S3. So this particular output X3 is nothing but equal to S3. So I can say that this X3 plus is equal to S3. Similarly, this X2 plus is equal to S2. X1 plus is equal to S1. In an n-bit adder, if I am to consider, here you have ST in general, so XT plus will be equal to ST and SN plus will be equal to SN.